and it really goes through and affects our personal lives. And no one in the world I know out there wants to be lonely. And but this is something that people who suffers from stuttering usually have to deal with, and people just don't understand that. uh, the main thing that I really want the world to know and understand, and my sentiments are of that of the other 1% of the world's population that stutter, is that we just really want the world to be more understanding of this condition, to not really look down upon us, to not see us as inferior to them, because by no means am I inferior to anyone else. Um, and some people who suffer stuttering, it really ranges on the severity level. Some can have minor stuttering, some can have really, really, really severe stuttering, where every other word or syllable out of their mouths, it just won't form anything, and they try so hard, and you'll see their facial contortions, or their eyes twitching, or mouth twitching. And it's something that should be seen in light with care and understanding. I don't know if the right word is to say that we're asking for sympathy, but maybe to be a bit more empathetic and to understand what it is that we're going through, and to not judge us. We're like we're some handicapped person. Uh, but I mean, there's just so many things that regular people, everyday common people, take for granted with their speech, that people who suffer from stuttering would do whatever they can to avoid this. I mean, imagine being prosecuted when you're in kindergarten, in middle school, in high school, going through trying to make class presentations, book reports, and when you have to give it to the class, when you have to take either public speaking in college, and you just have to present your findings to a crowd, and having hundreds, if not thousands, of eyes peering down on you. I mean, that really adds to a lot of stress for just people who don't stutter. Imagine that like 100 times or 1,000 times more for people that do stutter, and then get labeled as just some mentally disabled person who can't talk, and they're always being made fun of. And it's really, I find it sad that people are so intolerant and less understanding of that in our day and age, of how we're supposed to be more accepting and tolerant of the world. And I mean, we've gone through and progressed so much with equality and human rights, and everything else, and it's just one of those things that it really gets to me. And to bring up a different point, even the medical community does not really know where we stand, because they don't really see it as a medical condition. They So if you are trying to go through and get speech therapy, it's on a gray area type of thing, because if you're trying to get insurance to treat the stuttering, the conditions that they have is like so many damn articles and conditions and hoops and clauses that you have to go through just to even get that. But even then, you have to meet things like, well, the speech therapy, it has to be from some kind of traumatic event of a life-threatening, let's say you got burnt, or you got some sort of injury that affected your vocal cords, and then now you're going through and learning to speak all over. and some of them don't even recognize it or accept that it's a mental or it's a medical disorder that they cover. And but that's another issue with this nation's healthcare and health insurance plan and policy, so I won't get too much into that one. But in short, I just want to say that people could really benefit more from people's generous understanding of what it is that we're going through, to vicariously put themselves in our shoes and to understand what we're going through and to be more empathetic of that. And I just think that it would make us feel so much better. I'm not saying that for me, but I speak for the rest of the population out there, because they're just being ridiculed and prosecuted and everything else. So the next time if you see someone who is having difficulties with their words, try to be patient, try to be attentive towards them. And there are so many ways to approach that. You're going to have some people, depending on the severity of their stuttering, may want you to finish their words or to insert the word that they're trying to say for them. Some people don't really want you to do that because they will consider it rude. Perhaps probably the safe rule of thumb would just be to make sure that you're giving them the eye attention and to understand what they're going through and to let them finish it out, unless they hint otherwise that they do want you to maybe insert the word for them. But I know from a personal and from everyone else, we just want the world to be more understanding of people who stutter and stammer. And I know throughout this video I probably didn't maybe stutter that much, but that still doesn't mean that I'm not a stutterer and that it doesn't get to me from time to time. John Stossel of 2020 is a stutterer, and I really look up to him because when you see him on TV, it seems like he's so fluent with his words, but at the same time, we've all either had to find ways to cope with our stuttering by going to either speech therapy or to substitute words, to take deep breaths. We try so hard to hide from the world that we are stutterers, and it's not something that we're proud of. It's something that we definitely have to live with, because to this date, as far as I know, there is no known official cause or official cure for stuttering. So, my final note to the world, please be more understanding of these people with these conditions, because they're everyday people just like you and me. They could be your next door neighbors, or they could even be in your family. So just be more understanding, and I think the world would be a better place because of it. And thank you for taking the time to listen to this one Asian rant on an issue that I think is plaguing our world, and on the different intolerances that we have as a nation and as a civilization as well. So thank you.